Hey, it's day 15 and it's time to open the tree. Open the door, get the ornament for the tree, and oh, interesting. Okay, so we have a fire. It's like a fire pit, which immediately makes me think of s'mores, but I don't know of any s'mores in the Bible. I know that we're in the portion of the Bible that talks about the prophets. So I'm going to look at the little book that came with our tree and see which prophet we're talking about and what story. And we're in 1 Kings, and this is the story of the prophet Elijah and the contest. Elijah was a prophet when the king's name was Ahab, and Ahab he was not a great king, and in fact he encouraged the people to worship a different god, to give gifts and to build sanctuary places to worship this other god called Baal. And Jeremiah needed to find a way to help Ahab understand that God was really, really for real and powerful, and that not the kind of God that Baal was. And so he took Ahab up to this mountain, and he had the people who really believed in Baal build an altar, a place for sacrifices and things, gifts to that God. And and he gave instructions for them to worship Baal, and he asked them to ask for rain, and they did all the things that they were supposed to do, and nothing happened. And so then he said, here's what I want you to do. I've got this altar, this place where I will worship God. And he said, let's pour water on it. And he did it. He soaked the wood 3 times. Well, you know what happens with wet wood? It won't burn. And then he says to God, I know that you're real, and so what I want you to do is start a fire. And so fire happened. And the people realized that this wasn't some magic trick, and it wasn't pretend fire, it was for real. And that God was more powerful than this Baal god. And so Jeremiah said, look, if you have seen and you believe, then follow. Do what's right. When we see this fire, it reminds me kind of the light from yesterday, but it reminds me that God will find ways to show up and help us to understand how good God is, and that God is there. So here is this reminder of God's love. I'll add it to this spot right here. Oops. Maybe I'll add it this way, right here. There we go. Okay. And I will see you back here next time.